The recent release of Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs was met with a wave of anticipation. The public, hungry for answers in the controversial case, hoped for a smoking gun. They sought names and dates that would finally expose the powerful figures entangled in Epstein's web of abuse. However, the release was met with a resounding thud of disappointment. Instead of bombshell revelations, the logs offered heavily redacted pages and a sense of déjà vu. The redactions, shrouding key names and dates, felt like a deliberate attempt to shield the guilty. The public, already wary after years of whispers and cover-ups, felt cheated. The logs, once heralded as a potential treasure trove of information, became a symbol of frustration and a testament to the power dynamics that often protect the elite. The disappointment was palpable, flooding social media and news cycles. Many expressed a sense of betrayal, feeling that justice was being obstructed once again. The lack of transparency only fueled suspicions, leaving the public to question what was being hidden and why. The Epstein case, already shrouded in secrecy, seemed to slip further into the shadows. The release, rather than quelling the controversy, ignited a new wave of outrage and demands for answers. The fight for transparency had just begun. The underwhelming nature of the released flight logs can be partly attributed to the media frenzy that preceded it. News outlets, eager for a sensational story, hyped the logs as a potential Pandora's box. This created unrealistic expectations among the public, who believed the logs would definitively expose a vast network of powerful individuals involved in Epstein's crimes. The reality, however, was far more nuanced. The logs, while containing valuable information, were just one piece of a much larger puzzle. They offered a glimpse into Epstein's movements and associates, but lacked the context to fully comprehend the extent of his crimes or the involvement of others. The media's focus on the logs as the ultimate key to unlocking the truth overshadowed the need for a comprehensive investigation. It created a false sense of closure, leading some to believe that the release of the logs marked the end of the Epstein saga. The truth is, the fight for justice requires a multifaceted approach. It demands a thorough examination of all available evidence, including financial records, witness testimonies, and any other documents that could shed light on Epstein's crimes and the network that enabled him. The flight logs, while important, were just one step on a long and arduous road. Adding fuel to the fire of public distrust were the circumstances surrounding the release of the flight logs. Pam Bondi, former Florida Attorney General and a figure already under scrutiny for her ties to Epstein, played a role in requesting the logs from the FBI. Her involvement raised eyebrows, with critics questioning whether her request was motivated by transparency or a desire to control the narrative. Furthermore, a whistleblower stepped forward, alleging that the FBI was withholding a substantial amount of information related to the Epstein case. These allegations, if true, point to a deliberate attempt to obstruct justice and protect powerful individuals implicated in Epstein's crimes. The whistleblower's claims, coupled with the redacted nature of the released logs, fueled suspicions of a cover-up. The public, already skeptical of those in power, saw this as confirmation that the full truth was being suppressed. The Epstein case, once a story of horrific abuse, now carried the stench of corruption and deceit. These developments underscored the need for an independent and thorough investigation into Epstein's crimes and the alleged attempts to cover them up. The public demanded accountability, not just for Epstein's actions, but for the systems and individuals that may have enabled him to operate with impunity for so long. The redacted nature of the flight logs and the allegations of withheld information have led to rampant speculation about the identities of those being shielded. Names of high-profile individuals, some with connections to Epstein's infamous island, have been whispered in hushed tones. While it's crucial to avoid spreading unfounded rumors, the lack of transparency only serves to fuel such speculation. The public, left to fill in the blanks, may draw their own conclusions, potentially harming the reputations of innocent individuals. This is why a full and transparent investigation is paramount. It's the only way to separate fact from fiction, to determine who else might be culpable in Epstein's crimes, and to finally bring a sense of justice to his victims. The speculation surrounding the redacted names will likely continue until all the facts are brought to light. The truth, as they say, is often stranger than fiction, and in the Epstein case it may also be far more sinister.